Fellow mathematicians, we're going to take a look at another problem of finding the equation of the tangent line by using differentiation rules. And now we're going to incorporate exponential functions. Now the graph is a lot more complicated here. You're going to learn how to graph or sketch functions and curves later in calculus once you have more tools. But right now, we're not going to worry about the visualization. We can still calculate the equation of the tangent line here. Now we just need two pieces of information. We need the y coordinate and we need the slope. So let's first write down the general form of what we're looking for. We have our x coordinate, a, as 0. So we're looking for an answer of the form y minus f of 0 equals f prime of 0 times x minus 0. Just replacing a everywhere in that general formula for the equation of a tangent line with 0. All right, so let's go ahead and do the easy part first. We're going to take our function, and I'm just going to write this down because we'll put the derivative below that in a moment. So our function is 3e to the x plus x cubed. And let's just go ahead and plug in 0. So we get f of 0. This is going to be really simple. We get 3 times e to the 0. And then 0 cubed is 0. And here, e to the 0, anything to the 0 power, that is 1. So it looks like what we get for our y coordinate is 3. So in other words, that's f of 0, the y coordinate, when x is 0. All right, and the only other thing we're going to need is the slope of the tangent line, which we now calculate by finding a derivative. And again, we're not using the limit definition anymore, but rather our differentiation rules. All right, so there's our function. Let's calculate the derivative. So f prime of x. And here we just need to recall that the derivative of e to the x is itself. So differentiate the first term. 3 is a constant multiple. So we're going to get that as 3 times the derivative of e to the x, which is e to the x. And if we differentiate x cubed using the power rule, that comes out to 3x squared. All right, we just need to plug in x equals 0 to that to give us the slope of the tangent line at the point where x equals 0. And it's practically the same calculation as above. We get 3 times e to the 0. But now 3x squared, that also evaluates to 0. So we get the slope of our tangent line also as 3. So if we plug that in right here, what we get for the equation of our tangent line written in here, this is going to be written in point slope form. We get this as y minus 3 equals 3. And we don't need the minus 0 in parentheses. We can just write this term here as just x. And that's very easy to solve for y. Just add 3 to the other side. And it looks like we get the equation for our tangent line in here. This is now slope-intercept form. Looks like we get it as 3x plus 3. And both of these should be acceptable, since here the question is asking for find an equation. Both of these are equations of here, the tangent line. All right, just make sure you're aware of what your professor might be asking for. Really, it just amounts to taking this and solving it for y to put it in here, slope-intercept form. Hope you enjoyed the problem. If you did, support the channel, like and subscribe.